This is our Disruptor segment right here on the John Fredericks Radio Network, our Disruptor segment. Joining us now, Pastor Bobby Mitchell. He's a pastor, he's a leader of his community. He is a veteran, and he's running for state representative in Ohio. And we're going to get all that, all those details on in a few moments. Also going to get his take on what happened, the shooting there, and everything else. Joining us now, candidate for state representative in Ohio, Bobby Mitchell. Pastor Mitchell, good to have you with us, man.
Having me on, I greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate you for being a strong voice throughout the nation. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Pastor. Let me tell me a little about your race. I mean, I love when new people get into politics. I've got your website up here. I see this wonderful picture of your beautiful wife and your two lovely children, your family. You're a pastor, and you're in a tough district. I mean, why do this?
Well, I'm a church pastor. I'm a retired Air Force veteran, small business owner, and I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. I have a Judeo-Christian worldview. I grew up in inner city Philadelphia, where my mother was a mortician and my father a politician. He did 3 terms in the Pennsylvania House and served as the head of the Black Caucus. And I even have a godfather in Congress down there representing Pennsylvania, Dwight Evans. And so I grew up around politics. I saw the best and the worst. I see right now many of the Democrats and liberals, they have a very liberal worldview. I even say their moral compass is broken. And we need to, if we could vote and send them all back to Sunday school. But unfortunately, we can't do that. And I'm telling the voters, although you cannot send them back to Sunday school, you can send me to them. And I don't mind telling them little basic things like, thou shalt not steal. You shouldn't steal the taxpayers' dollars and use them for things that they don't want it used for. And little things like thou shalt not kill, and you should protect life. And since Roe versus Wade, over the 60 million children that have been murdered. And we need people there that can speak truth, even to the establishment. And I feel though that's what I'm called to do.
Bobby Mitchell with us, conservative pastor, veteran, Trump supporter, running for state representative in Central Ohio in Columbus, which is a very liberal, very democratic area. Pastor Mitchell, let me ask you this. The shooting in Dayton, not that far from you, iconic area, some whack job with all kinds of crazy posts on social media, buys a high-powered rifle, buys 100 clips of ammo, puts it on his belt, gets all this stuff, puts on body armor, goes into the Oregon section of Dayton. Anybody that's been to Dayton has been there. It's a cool place. Starts gunning people down, shoots 10 people in 60 seconds. What the hell is going on here in this country, Pastor?
We have to look at it. It's not the guns. That's not the answer. I served during active duty during 9/11, where I witnessed 3,000 people die because terrorists used planes as weapons. We have to address the real issue, and it's the issue of people's hearts. There's a real issue of evil that no one wants to speak on. We want to try to legislate evil out of existence, but that's not something that we can do. And so the president is right where he calls it for what it is, and it's not his fault. It's not something that he could have done. This is evil. These are people that go ahead and do evil. But we also have to celebrate the people that did good, the people that stood up immediately and stopped this guy from doing what he did, this evil that he was doing. And I'm thankful for those people that stood up and protected other lives from being lost. And those heroes are Sergeant William Knight, Officer Brian, Officer Jeremy Campbell, Officer Vincent Carter, Officer Ryan Nabel, Officer David Dinlinger. They stood up immediately within 30 seconds, and they probably saved hundreds of lives just by good people, good guys, that will stand up and fight some of these bad guys that are just pure evil, and we need to call it for what it is.
Let me ask you something, Pastor Mitchell. If you were in the House, serving in the House of Representatives in Ohio, would you be in favor of extending the red flag law? I mean, a lot of people And I get the NRA talking points, mental health. I get all that, right? It's part of the problem. But
Yes.
Pastor, let's just be honest a minute. I mean, this kid was nuts, right? He was
Yes.
posting.
Yes.
I mean, he was posting some really crazy stuff on social media. I mean, he had a rape list. Like, here's a woman I'd like to rape. Like, who does this, right?
Yeah.
And
It's
here's the
terrible.
people I'd like to shoot. I mean, he was posting this stuff. Should somebody like that, Pastor, be allowed in Ohio, where you want to be a state representative, to just walk into the local gun store, buy a high-powered rifle, 100 magazine, a clip of bullets, a body armor, camouflage? Should somebody just be able to do that, or do you think an extended background check that might include social media posts like this is in order? What do you think, honestly?
Well, no, I think it's common sense, and the answer would be, of course not. Of course, he shouldn't have been able to get any type of weapon. But we have to enforce the laws that are already on the books. Like this gentleman, even if you're a minor and you get convicted or charged of something that would be a felony if you were adult, you're not. That's supposed to translate. You're not even supposed to be able to buy a weapon even after you turn 18. So we have to enforce the laws that are currently on the books, because this gentleman, when he was in high school, it was reported. One of the young ladies, she reported it to the school. They reported it to the police officers. He was suspended from school because of this. And so when they see that someone has this type of mental illness, this type of behavior, we can't allow them to put at risk the lives of innocents. So I'm 100% support enforcing the laws that we have on the books and being stringent, and stop letting people go through the loopholes of the laws that we already have on the books.
Okay, so again, would you be in favor? Would you be in favor of extending the red flag laws or not? I just want to. I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just trying to get a feel legislatively of what you would be in favor of or not.
Well, my thing is that as far as extending, I don't think we need to extend even more. I think we need to enforce more. I think we need to enforce this guy right here. If we would have enforced the law, he would have never been able to buy a weapon at all. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to enforce what is already on the books. And when we get reports, when people report things, and we encourage people to report the posts that they see, they are able to report these type of weird behaviors. When it's reported, we need to take those reports serious. We need to fully vet these reports. And if someone is deemed, red flagged, we need to make sure that they don't get a weapon in their hand.
Well, look, I am so much in favor of this, because here's the thing, Pastor, we have to do something.
Yeah.
And we can't, even when I think it was Mike DeWine went to make a speech and people were chanting, do something. I think that the time right now where Republicans just sit on their hands, wait out the clock, and go to the NRA website and read the talking points of the day, I just don't think that's going to work in the suburbs. I don't think it's a winning strategy, nor do I think it's good for America. I think we have to do something. All right, stay with us. We've got a lot more to get to. We've got to get a word in from our sponsors, and I'll be right back.
John Fredericks.
The bigger issue the Democrats have to deal with now, the subpoena cannons are going to be turned on them. Ever see those big cannons where they have the little wheels on them and a handle, and they turn 180 degrees? There's some people in big trouble today. I don't know how far this goes. Comey, McCabe, Brennan, Clapper.
Stay connected online and take him wherever you go. To get the free John Fredericks Show app, follow on Twitter at JF Radio Show.
Corey Lewandowski says it's going to go all the way up to Obama.
Hi, folks, it's John Fredericks, and I'm fired up because live horse racing is back with 15 action-packed dates at Colonial Downs starting August 8th. Whether you're looking for a fun-filled family evening, a group outing, or date night from a luxury suite, you can bet Colonial Downs has something for everyone. While no tickets are required for free general admission, reserved seating is available now. Options include $5 grandstand tickets, box seating, and club-level views with dining. Special group rates also available. Get your tickets now. Go to colonialdowns.com.
He's your Godzilla of the truth in America.
Run! It's Godzilla!
No gibberish or nonsense, just common sense. And now back to the John Fredericks Show.
All right, Pastor Bobby Mitchell, with us, running for the state house in Ohio, just outside, Republican, just outside of, or in the Columbus area. Bobby, let me get to your support for President Trump. As you're talking to voters going door to door in Columbus, Ohio, and we talk about the president, a lot of people now are saying that, he's a racist and things of that nature. People that you're talking to, Pastor Mitchell, your neighbors, what are they saying about the president?
Well, no, that's good. I appreciate you asking that. Well, in inner city Columbus, the Democrats have a stronghold, and they've poisoned the well against the president. Towards the outskirts, the Canal, Winchester, Lancaster area, people love the president, and they're more conservative in their values, and they love what he's doing. And so it just really depends on who you ask. But what I like to do is I like to get to the actual accomplishments of the president, things that he's done. Many people have no idea about prison reform. They have no idea that we're experiencing during his presidency the lowest African-American unemployment in the history of America, the lowest Hispanic unemployment in the history of America, more Americans at work now than on any other time in history. They don't have an understanding of what he's accomplished. They just hear the talking points from CNN or from some of the other liberal networks, and they don't actually get to the points. When they hear things and they hear his accomplishments, they say, that's amazing. When I ask them, how's your 401k doing? And they see that it's been skyrocketing, and they see that this has been working. His presidency has been a blessing to them. Then they go back and they say, well, you know what? No one ever explained it to me like this. And so I think we have to have those conversations and not just get into he's a racist and all these things, which he's not. We have to get into the actual points and the merits of his presidency, and it's been absolutely phenomenal.
How do you win this race that you're in, Bobby Mitchell? Who's the incumbent, and how do you beat her or him?
Well, it's actually an open seat. The state rep is term limited, and it's on the backside of Columbus, actually out further east. So it is about 70%, over 70% Republican. And so I believe we'll be very successful. We're working hard. We're sharing our common sense, deal with the actual issues, approach, talking to people. We are fundraising. In fact, September 14th, Dinesh D'Souza is coming in. He's been following us, and he's coming in to do a fundraiser for me, and we're excited about that. We're going to have quite a few people in to support us, and then we're looking later on in November having Charlie Kirk come out and do another fundraiser for us. So we're actively engaging people and stirring up the base and dealing with the issues and talking to everyday people, and we really believe that we're going to do something that hasn't been done. John, listen to this. We haven't had an African-American Republican in the Ohio State House since the time of Reconstruction.
What?
And so, yes. So we have to do better, and this is our best chance at actually doing something. We ask kids to do something that they have never physically seen and be something that they have never physically seen. Yes, we want to broaden the tent and grow the base, but we can't do that unless we actually put people up that reflect all of our values of the Republican Party.
What do you think of, Bobby Mitchell, what do you think of your new governor?
I really like Governor DeWine. I've met him several times. He's a grandpa, and that's what I get when I first see him. He's common sense. If you sit down and talk with him like I have, he's common sense approach to different issues. And I feel as though even when you were talking about issues of the guns, I feel like you can actually have a conversation with him, and he'll hear all sides. You have some people that are so put in their way and their viewpoint that they won't even hear the other side. But that's basic civics 101, where you actually listen to the other side talk and find a common ground. And I believe that Governor DeWine will actually do that with the different issues that are facing the state.
Well, yeah, I think he's done a pretty good job there, and I like your plan. I like what you're doing. I can't believe there hasn't been an African American elected to the Ohio State House since Reconstruction. I just can't believe that, and I was shocked that you say that. So I'm glad, Bobby Mitchell, Pastor Mitchell, that you're out there knocking on doors. I know you got your family by your side. You're trying to disrupt the political establishment there in Columbus. And
Yes,
what do you have? Do you have Republican primary opposition?
Well, I will. I have a couple people that are looking at coming on out and launching their campaign. We're the first to get in, and so it gives us a little advantage to be able to fundraise and rack up some endorsements. So that's where we're at right now. But we will have a primary, definitely with an open seat.
Excellent. Your number one issue in Ohio, if you get elected, what is going to be your number one issue as a state representative from Ohio?
Well, I believe my number one issue is I want to promote business. I want to create an environment where businesses have the tools they need to flourish and create jobs for Ohioans. I'm a member of the NFIB, which has over 22,000 small businesses. So the majority of the people in Ohio work with small businesses, 0 to 500 employees. And we need to continue to allow capitalism to reign in Ohio, give businesses an opportunity to make more money, and they will give it to their employees and allow people to be able to take care of their families and take the vacations and pay for their kids' education. We need to continue to lessen the red tape and allow people and allow these businesses to flourish and see Ohio go into 2020 and beyond and great prosperity and a blessing for all the families. So I really want to make sure that we work on that type of legislation that will loosen the regulation on businesses.
All right. What an uplifting segment. Thanks for being on with us, Bobby Mitchell. I really appreciate it. And good luck in your race for the State House in Ohio. We're going to keep tabs on you and how you're going. And I look forward to meeting you when I get out there the next time I'm in Ohio. And thanks for being with us, and good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right. More information, you want to go to Mitchell for Ohio, F-O-R, Mitchell, 2 L's, for Ohio.com, mitchellforohio.com. Pastor Mitchell, thanks for being with us. John Fredericks Radio Network.